Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is as good a time as any to discuss the United States money supply. Seeing as we have SVB Bank in California got upended and taken over by the federal government, and now what I'm seeing being reported is the FDIC is going to guarantee all deposits. It's interesting. It's interesting to see that this is the direction that our country's going. But this is essentially an educational video. So, starting over here, title of the video, United States Money Supply. I have a Federal Reserve note on the next section, and where I have written only 3% of legal tender for all debts is printed by the U.S. Mint. 97% of money is forced into being spent or loaned because it is impossible for people to withdraw all deposits. But there's a better way to state that. Anyhow, bank deposits are loans by depositors to banks. I don't think people realize that when they make a deposit at a bank, they are actually loaning that money to the bank. They don't realize it. They think it's their money, and in some cases, it's demand deposits, which is typically what people get because they don't tend to save money. But nonetheless, it is a loan to the bank. If you buy things like CDs, it has a time frame on it. You can't just demand it without being penalized. So as I started to say, withdrawal. It is physically impossible to withdraw all forms of money in the form of printed legal tender, meaning Federal Reserve notes, such as we see here. It cannot be done. Now, that's a serious problem, and it's a problem that's created by the system itself. And the system itself had decided at one point in time, we're going to totally control this money supply. And probably the best way to do it is to limit the ability for citizens to save money outside of a bank. They can't do it. They cannot do it. If people went to work, got paid, got Federal Reserve notes at their bank, and stashed them under their mattress, put them in a safety deposit box, eventually the money supply would end because there is not enough money to do that process. We'll discuss later about how money is created, because people don't realize it is your local bank that actually creates the total money supply via secured lending, and they extract a huge profit out of it. It is not your federal government that creates money.